boys and girls. This is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the Legit Boss, and you are watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell next to it if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're listening to us in the audio realm, leave us a rating, review, or a comment. It really does help boost the exposure of Going In Raw. We're also on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve Larson. We got a couple new patrons here from over the weekend, including Eric C., who a brand new patron, maybe was catching us during the live stream.
Maybe.
I don't know, but at $50, like Eric C., you get the Friendo Care Package, you get a T-shirt.
Indeed.
You get also, look at that. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can take a look. Look at that. You get a comic book, stickers, a double-sided poster featuring Top Notch and Mecha Santa.
Yeah, Top Notch for sure.
And, well, he's definitely on there. And for sure also, preferably also Mecha Santa. And then a postcard autographed by Steve and Larson.
Yes.
We also have a couple other patrons here. Because of the $1 up and up mark, you get a shout out, Larson.
Aye.
That's what you get. Let's see here. We had starting off on here we go. Sam Sparrowhawk, Joe, Josh Link, Michael Carlson, Kevin LaRue, the pun hit wonder.
Oh.
Stephen P. Gentry.
Very impressive.
Thin Diesel. And the aforementioned
Thin Diesel.
Eric C. Finn Diesel. There you go. Finn Diesel.
Thin Diesel.
I like it. Speaking of Finn Diesel, we have a new Intercontinental Champion, Larson.
Yes.
Finn Balor.
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, that's it. We'll stop there.
There was a lot of Finn puns.
Okay, leave that in the stream.
Just telling people. I mean, if they enjoyed those couple of puns, they might enjoy further.
Nope.
Therefore, go check out the stream. We do a bunch of them.
They
good,
watch
mostly
the stream.
bad.
Watch the stream. This is a new thing. Elimination Chamber. It's actually a pretty fun pay-per-view.
It was actually a pretty darn fun show.
I
Yeah.
don't invest heavily emotionally in these pay-per-views in between Rumble and Mania. Typically, Fastlane is a big fat dud.
Yeah.
I don't honestly remember much about Elimination Chambers past. Usually they're pretty fun.
2 years ago, Bray won the title Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
So
things happen. Things happen tonight.
Maybe they're good.
A lot of title changes, surprisingly
A
enough.
lot happened tonight.
A lot
including
did happen.
Like we said, Finn won the IC title. That was a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, you won! Congratulations, you won predictions.
Oh, thank you.
Based off of
what
Braun
punishment are you going
Strowman.
to undertake now that you won't fulfill?
I'll eat something.
Well, first things first. I want to hear the song.
Okay.
First things first. Let's get
There
that.
we go.
One.
All right.
You have to do it right now. I want you
No,
to
I got
think
it. I
about
got
it.
it. I
You
got
said
it
you
right
had lyrics, but I want you to actually
No, I got it right here.
write good, thoughtful music for it.
I have it right here. It's right here. I'm gonna do it live for you.
I'm already embarrassed.
Yeah, look at that.
You're just
The
making
intro.
You're just making stuff up on the spot.
I lie. I don't actually have the song.
You don't have it.
Fun pay-per-view.
It was fun though.
And we crowned the very first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
Well, that's not true. There's been women tag champions before.
Like a long time ago.
Yeah,
Was that actually in WWE?
I believe so.
Was that pre? It was pre 1984.
Yeah, it was
so it
WWF.
kind of doesn't count. Was it WWF?
No, it wasn't that long ago.
We're doing a history lesson right now.
Well, continue.
All right. Sasha and Bailey, they won those. Not a big surprise.
Well, they were banned in 1989.
They were banned?
Abandoned.
Oh, abandoned in 1989.
Doesn't say when the previous titles were.
They were.
Oh, here we go.
They're one of those made up things?
No.
Oh, that's a nice looking title.
83.
From 83 to 89?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Cool, right on. Well, they kind of don't care about them, so they don't ever mention them. So, yeah, we got that.
And by and large, all the matches were pretty fun.
Yeah. Nothing. What was like the slow?
The Ronda Ruby Riot match was not good because it's barely a match. But what happened afterwards was fun. So
I was fine with that. The only thing, and dude, it's the only thing. Listen, man, the only thing that I really wish the McMahon shakeup would have affected, and the only sight I am so tired of seeing is Baron, Drew, and Bob Lashley all in the ring together. Braun Strowman.
You're just saying that because that's why you lost.
No, I don't care. I honestly, I could care less. I will give you all the points in the world, all the credit in the world. I literally don't want to see that anymore. I am so over Braun Strowman dealing with Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bob Lashley.
Is that Drew should be doing vastly more important things.
I know. That is one of several reasons why I don't want to be seeing this. Baron could be in something more interesting. Bob Lashley just lost the IC title. And why is he out here doing this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's Kurt Angle?
Yeah,
I don't like any of this. And so that was actually the one stain on an otherwise really, really fun
it was a pretty fun show.
Pay-per-view. There was actually kind of a lot going on.
Yeah, there was.
So we'll just kick things off. What happened first, Larson?
Pre-show kickoff show match was Akira Tozawa versus Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight title. Man,
this was fun.
This was fantastic.
Yeah, this was a really, really good match.
Early on, Buddy Murphy catches Akira's suicide dive and then suplexes him ringside.
Yeah, that was fun. That was cool.
Impressive show of strength from the Juggernaut, Buddy Murphy. But they did cut away from this match, or at least did a picture-in-picture for an interview with Xavier Woods and Big E talking about Kofi Kingston's match in the Elimination Chamber later on the show. Big E is endlessly entertaining. Xavier Woods, endlessly entertaining. Give these three gentlemen a half-hour single-camera sitcom, please.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I'd be
good.
Completely on board with that.
Who created a Malcolm in the Middle? Have him do.
I don't know.
Have him do the New Day.
No, Larry David. Larry David written or produced, executive produced show with the New Day.
I like it. Let's do it.
There you go.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff going on in this match. So, like you said, there was a picture-in-picture, but at least the interview picture was smaller than the match picture, so that's good.
Akira, sorry, go ahead.
Akira Tozawa, one of the first people. Like, you don't see this very often. Cheeky Nandos, which is that thing where they fold up somebody in the corner,
super kick 'em, yeah,
and then they super kick them through the legs. He was able to avoid that. He hit a nasty reverse Rana. I can watch reverse Ranas all day long.
Well, I could to an extent. Look like they could hurt, so I don't want to watch too many of them.
Oh no!
Well, how you feel about reverse Ranas is how I feel about chops. I can watch two guys chop each other all day.
Oh, see, I can't. See, that actually does do damage.
Well, superficially, it's just with the skin.
That's not super. That's an organ. It's an organ of the body.
But it's not an internal.
Reverse Rana's not doing anything.
I mean, I imagine you could hit it wrong and you could like actually hurt your neck.
Nah, nobody ever does that. They're professionals, Larson.
I wouldn't say nobody.
So, anyways,
yeah, he hits the reverse Rana, then two consecutive suicide dives. Akira goes for the top rope senton. Buddy kind of moves out of position. He drapes Buddy over the middle rope, hits the top rope senton on there, but only gets a 2 count.
So I'm guessing that the top rope senton is most effective when your opponent is lying on the ground.
Because
if you're draping,
there's no give.
Right.
That's the idea. There's no give.
So it's like you think, oh wow, this is going to be worse, but no, it's actually it helps the opponent
because the momentum and the force can bypass somewhat because you're able to use your body in like the middle rope fulcrum lever type
This is
stuff.
all scientific. These hand
really
movements are scientific.
I took
that
physics,
you're doing.
AP. I did well. That's where I met you.
No, yeah, I know. And I was a junior, and you were a senior.
Yeah, but I passed calculus. So if you want me to find the slope of the line of Akira Tozawa's, the parabola of his
foreign language to me, man. I was too busy partying. Anyways, Buddy reverses Octopus into Murphy's Law, which is one of my favorite finishers.
Oh, it's great.
For the win. He retains. We both called this one.
Yeah. Hell of a match, though. Had me believing that Akira had a chance.
Midway through the match, I was like, and then I thought about it. I was like, nah.
No, if you think about it, but if you get wrapped up in the emotion of the match.
Yeah, hey, I'll be honest, man. That main event, I was wrapped up. Thought Kofi had a chance.
Yeah,
for a split second.
You never know when they're gonna pull the trigger on something like that. You know,
Vince is getting old, man. He might start getting super like sentimental.
Could be
like he gets wrapped up in the emotion of the match. He's sitting there, gorilla. Oh, so what a great match! Hey, call the audible. Kofi goes over. Yeah. That's why tonight was so much fan service. Maybe Vince is starting to get sentimental.
Maybe
in his old age.
Never know.
After that, we had Kevin Owens. These iPhone promos are great because it's just Kevin Owens being Kevin Owens. Talk about a Larry David type situation we have here.
Yeah.
Where it's just improv Kevin Owens. He's got a pizza next to him in his car.
He said he's done rehabbing for the day. He's got a pizza for his family he's going to take home.
And he says the doctor still saying I'm a month out.
Which is what he said a week ago.
At this point, shouldn't it be like 3 weeks out? I feel like this I'm a month out thing is going to last a little while.
Well, last week he said about a month.
Okay.
Today he said about a month.
Okay.
So about a month, I think, is 3 to 5 weeks, yes?
All right. Yeah.
Maybe. Anyways.
We'll see.
He talks about how he doesn't understand how his kids like pineapple on their pizza.
This was funny.
He takes a bite, makes a face, says no. He says, I'm excited to see Finn tonight become Intercontinental Champion. Excited to see
Riot Squad walk away with all the titles.
Yeah.
Then he just keeps on eating the pizza and
says,
hating it.
Yeah, he takes another bite.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with him, man.
I like pineapple on my pizza.
After that, a Mark Henry interview. They were running that documentary on him post-Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the first 2 minutes. It looked really good.
Yeah, I know. And I said if I watch any more of this, I'm going to sit here and watch the rest of it. But we have a recap to do.
Man, I'd rather put on some comfy comps at home while this is uploading.
Yeah.
And chill on the couch and watch it then.
Yeah.
But he gave an interview talking about how it's great to be Mark Henry.
Yes.
After that, we had the open of the actual show.
Yes.
Women's tag team. Oh, you know what's great about Mark Henry, too? He put over the cruiserweight match.
Hell yeah, man. That's the first thing he did.
Ugh.
Just about. Says, what about those cruiserweights?
What about those cruiserweights?
Hats off to Mark Henry. He seems like a really great guy.
Maybe the best guy.
He does seem like the best guy. He
Yeah.
might have seems like the coolest job in WWE too. He shows up pay-per-views and makes sure people behave themselves.
Yeah, man.
He's like the assistant director.
Yeah, that was a job I never wanted.
I've did it a couple times.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
On what?
On one of Mandy's shorts, I did it.
Oh,
The
yes.
Matrix one.
Yes.
I was the assistant director.
Yes.
Every day I was like, hey, give me a shot list.
Oh,
I'll make sure we
wow.
stay on schedule.
Yeah. I could see you being a good assistant director.
Maybe.
You have like you're sort of like, you got the Ted Bundy, like dispassionate towards
gosh.
people thing.
No.
Like, you're not serial killer.
No, here's the thing. I get impatient.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, let's get going. Come on, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go.
an assistant director's job.
Yeah, I
Get
know.
impatient on behalf of the production.
Exactly. So in that case, I can do it well.
Yeah, and you don't care about what people think about you, so like you're okay being rude.
Well, I was never rude.
It's something I have to deal with every day of my
I'm
life.
never rude to you. I'm always nice.
Girl.
Pleasant. I may be passive aggressive. Maybe passive aggressive. I'm never rude.
Let's talk about these women.
Great.
These tag title
Great.
matches. Holy crap.
Great.
Let's talk about this for a second. Who comes out first? Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, and apparently they're called Fire and Desire. Have been
Been
for
away for 3 weeks.
No,
Well, they didn't come out
didn't know.
first. They came out second to
Didn't
last.
know.
They were one of the two first
Right,
teams
yeah,
to start the match.
yeah. Who actually came out first? Was it the Iconics?
It was Carmella and Naomi, I believe.
That's right.
And they had a tandem
That's
dance. They
right,
had matching
yeah.
gear. It was great.
They looked great because they had matching gear. The Iconics, they had all these ladies. They had on like WrestleMania-esque.
Yeah. Oh, the
like,
Iconics had
brand
new gear.
new.
Yeah.
They look great. Nia Jax, Tamina, they're just sort of wearing what they usually wear. Mm-hmm. The
Mandy
Riot
and
Squad
Sonya,
look kind of normal.
Mandy and Sonya had some great looking matching
They look
gear.
like the Golden Powers, man.
Yeah, man. It was great.
Holy moly.
It was great. They started out the match with Sasha and Bayley, who also had new matching gear.
Yeah, they look great too.
Yeah, they started out. The highlight of that sequence was at one point Mandy got her foot stuck in the cage, and Bayley hit a neck breaker on her.
That was cool.
While her foot was stuck. Next in was Riot Squad. Everybody fights for a bit, and it kind of hits a crescendo when there's a Tower of Doom spot. Everybody's laid out. Iconics come in next, and they tried to pin everybody.
This was great. So it was just a sea of bodies, and the Iconics just kept on finding different bodies to try to pin. Everybody kept kicking out at two. Very in character for them.
Yes.
They kept on screaming about it.
But then after that, before Naomi and Carmella came in, they were next team in. They were in there dropping moves on people while everybody's laid out.
Yeah.
But everybody
Smart.
kept kicking out. Yeah, it was. As I said, Naomi and Carmella were next. And they were the first team eliminated by the Iconics.
Ouch.
Oops, I dropped my pen. Next.
You got mine.
Oh,
I
thank
have
you.
a couple over here.
Oh, there's another one right
See,
here.
I got your back. You're always yelling at me and
I'm going
rude
to
to
take
me.
this pen instead.
You're a real piece of shit.
Naomi and Tamina are the last team in. The Iconics try to get back in their pod to avoid the wrath of Nia and Tamina.
Yeah.
Instead, Nia and Tamina pull him out of the pod and proceed to, by the feet, mind you, I believe. No. Sorry, the head and shoulders hit him feet first into the cage, repeatedly swinging him around, and then they eliminate him with twin Samoa drops. Riot Squad climb the top of a pod. They jump off on each side of him. So on one side, you have Sarah Logan hitting one member of Fire and Desire, and either Nia or Tamina. On the other side, you have Liv Morgan hitting the other member of Fire and Desire, and either Nia or Tamina. I don't remember the pairings per se.
Yeah.
Splashes off the pod onto each grouping, each pair. And then Tamina pins the entirety of Riot Squad.
Yeah.
After a top rope splash onto both of them.
It's a good, strong move for Tamina. The
Yes.
WWE.com, the Twitter account had noted that Tamina has been an employee for 30,568 days, and she has never won a title. She has been with the company as long as Bruno Sammartino. Like, she started when Bruno was in his second reign with the company, has never won a title.
Yet to win a title.
She came close to winning those defunct, abandoned WWF women's tag team titles.
Came up short, though.
Came up short, unfortunately.
Came up short tonight, unfortunately, because Nia...
She tried to win them, incidentally, with her partner at the time, her dad, who put on a wig and then like a bra, and he was... That's all just fake.
It is fake.
Yeah.
Fake.
Just parading around.
Nia charged towards Bayley, who was against one of the pods. Bayley moves. Nia goes through the pod door.
That was a great bit.
That was great.
She was out. So then everybody piles on Tamina. They all dole out finishers. They all hop on her. Get the pin. Tamina, Nia Jax. Eliminated.
Bayley then hits Bayley to belly on Sonya Deville, but Mandy Rose breaks it up. Bayley and Sasha are up on top of the pod. They start brawling with Mandy. They eventually get off there. Sonya spears Bayley into a pod, and Sasha goes over to check on her. She gets back in the ring. Mandy hits her finish. Fairy tale ending. I don't know what she calls it, but that's what Tommaso Ciampa calls it.
Yeah, it looks great.
Sasha kicks out. Mandy goes for another pin right afterwards. Sasha kicks out again. Mandy picks up Bayley, kind of like in German suplex position. Sonya charges towards them, going for some sort of double team move. Oh, sorry, Sasha. Sasha ducks. So Sonya lays out Mandy, and then Sasha tries to put Sonya in the bank statement. Can't use her injured arm. Instead, uses her leg to complete the bank statement.
Yeah.
Sonya taps. Sasha and Bayley are the new WWE Tag Team Champions.
And they did an interview afterwards.
Very emotional.
Very emotional.
Very genuine.
Sasha said, I'm at a loss for words. She was cryy. It was great.
Beth Phoenix, who was on commentary for the match, was getting emotional too. It was all
choked
great.
up also.
It was great, man.
Yeah, it was really good stuff. Moving on. Miz and Shane versus the Usos.
We got this one wrong, didn't we?
Shock. Man, can you believe the punishment they're putting the Usos through?
Man, winning those tag titles.
Winning those tag titles. Yeah. So Miz comes out first, drops a promo, says, hey, let's hear it for Sasha and Bayley. Aren't they great? And then he says, I want to dedicate this match to Dad Miz, Child Miz, and Maurice Miz. And by the way, here she is. Maurice comes out, and she's got a very lovely, sparkly suit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Her pantsuit looked great.
And then she says, I have a Miz child inside of me.
Yeah.
Child too, via having sex on Miz.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know how the mechanics of that work?
Not aware, no.
The male organ goes inside the front area of woman. Right, exactly, like here.
Yeah.
Like there. Not here, because that would be where the butt, like that's the butt right there.
All right. Well, you don't be too graphic because we'll get demonetized.
All right. So then in here,
Uh-huh.
and then magic.
Ah.
And then there's
And then how much longer?
9 months later, comes out.
All right.
And
All right.
That's going to be Baby Miz right there.
All right. I had no idea.
What if it ends up looking like Roman Reigns? Scandal.
Yeah, that would be scandalous.
Anyways, so that should have been our clue that they were going to lose this.
Yeah.
But
I guess the idea was that everything's going too good for Miz.
Yeah. Whenever things are going good, just know it's going to crater. It's going to go down.
Yes.
This is a fun match, though. Of course, Shane, with his gimmick of I always take myself out of matches via silly things.
Doing too much.
Doing way too much. He was very sweaty, very wet. and he ended up
very red and purple.
Yeah, he like within 5 minutes of every match, he looks like he's 70.
I know.
Like his hair, all of a sudden, like the hairline goes up. He ended up going through a table with one of the Usos.
Yeah, Miz set up for the top rope elbow into the announce table, and he goes through. It was Jay.
Yeah, earlier on, Shane hit coast to coast on Jimmy, and then he tried it again, ate a super kick. But in the end, the Miz hits skull-crushing finale. Jimmy kicked out at 2, rolled through for the roll-up, pins Miz for the win.
New tag champions.
New tag champions, Jey Uso, and soon to be on Trial of the Century for squaring up against a cop, Jimmy Uso. You don't square up against a cop, man.
It's not a good idea, no.
No,
not a good idea.
It doesn't stop you from becoming. Is he gonna like? Could he have used that championship to post Bond?
Well, I mean, Naito couldn't buy a meal with his Intercontinental title, so I don't. As I
WWE
said before,
title,
hold on.
Okay.
Championship belts are not legal tender.
I wonder, but do bondsmen take physical?
Well, at the time
items?
he wasn't tag team champion. He had no belt to offer in exchange for his freedom.
Maybe his
He had to
bail
post
was pending.
cash bond.
Maybe his bail was pending this win.
Could be.
Maybe he really needed this
Can you
win.
can you do collateral bail?
There's a lot of questions about bail stuff.
I don't know anything about bail. Man, I hope that stays that way.
Oh, I know. Those places, God, those places look so depressing. I feel like somebody needs to start a franchise of very welcoming Bonds places. Because if you look at them, whenever you go downtown and you see like Bonds places,
I know.
they look so depressing.
I know.
Like, you go to I've never been in an H&R Block, but it looks very pleasing. They try to comfort you during doing taxes.
And then there was that other place, Liberty Tax. They got someone dressed like the Statue of Liberty on the corner saying, "Come in here."
Yeah. To be a bondsman, but have like a Hamburglar guy. Oh, it's thematic.
Even creepier. Wobble, wobble, wobble. You
Like
know,
a giant Ted Bundy head.
you're whoa.
He's a popular subject matter these days, man.
Once we watch the Netflix show.
Hey, can we do Overrun tomorrow? Can we just talk about Ted Bundy
All
tapes?
right. All right.
I'll rewatch it tonight. I'll binge watch it.
It's 4 hours, man.
It's good. Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush had an interview. Dasha comes up and says, "So, what's going to happen when Bobby Lashley is taken out of the match and Lio Rush gets pinned by Finn Balor?"
And then Bobby loses the Intercontinental Championship because of that. And we were thinking, no way Dasha just spoiled the end of this match.
Dasha just spoiled the end of that match.
She totally spoiled the end of the match.
What did I say? I just got the new format, and this is how it's going to go down. So she basically spoiled it, but Bobby was like, "Psh, girl, please, that's not going to happen." After that, we had Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor. Sure enough, with a big tope con, whatever.
No, it's plancha. But even before that, Bobby was going. He hits the spine buster.
Plancha. So this is plancha. What's tope con hilo?
Tope means lead with your head. Like a tope suicida, that means a suicide dive leading with your head. And a tope con hero is when you flip over the top rope. But the idea is that you're supposed to hit the person with your head and neck.
Okay.
That's what Ad Mayhem told me.
Okay. Well, he's the authority.
He is.
All right. So he plancha'd on him.
Well, that could have been a tope too.
And then brought Leo back in.
But even before that, hold on a second. Bobby hit a spine buster on Finn. He goes the corner for a spear. Leo tags himself in.
Yes, that's right.
Goes for a final hour, misses. And then that's when Finn gets the upper hand, sends them both the outside, hits the plancha or tope, puts Leo back in, hits coup de grace, gets the win, new Intercontinental Champion.
I mean, look, I don't even think it ended up being a high-risk maneuver, him tagging himself in. But I don't know. I thought that was a pretty smart move. It's like, hey, dude, he's got him down. He's down. Right now, Lio Rush can just hop up there for a frog splash, then tag Bob Lashley back in. Mm-hmm. So the strategy was sound.
And if Finn gets up, then the idea is that Bob Lashley, with Finn being weakened, obviously, should be able to turn the tables rather quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in their favor.
Yep.
Didn't work out that way. Anyways, Finn runs out of the ring with the belt when Bob Lashley tries to beat him up. And then there's this moment where Lashley acts like he's going to lay out Leo. Seems like he collects himself. Cooler heads prevail, but hits Leo with a huge spine buster.
Big time. Bigly. So, yeah, maybe we'll get Bob Lashley versus Lio Rush at WrestleMania. I'm joking.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's the face and who's the heel in this scenario?
Was it a Lio Rush heel turn? Face turn right there?
I would think so.
Yeah. I mean, he's trying to do his job. He's trying to do a good job.
Yeah.
He ate that nasty coup de grace, though.
Yeah.
He's tiny. He can't be taken at the full weight of 180
90-pound Finn Balor, yeah.
It's rough. After that, Charlotte came down and gave an interview saying that, and they rolled footage of last night's house show where Becky attacked Charlotte, and then Charlotte went after the knee.
And Becky re-injured her knee.
Re-injured the knee. So Charlotte gives an interview talking about that, she points to the Mania sign twice whenever she literally said the word WrestleMania. You know that is a rule. That's on a memo somewhere.
That's posted at Gorilla somewhere. It's probably above the ramp entrance.
Yeah, exactly.
Point at Mania sign when you mention Mania.
Yeah. So she does that a couple times, and then she sits down at ringside, or on the mat, on the floor, or whatever.
No, ringside's right. Yeah, the commentary tables. Yeah.
Well, I have ringside tickets. I'm not where Charlotte was.
No, ringside is just directly adjacent to the ring.
Okay.
It's the area.
But some people, they're ringside and they have a barrier between them and the ring.
Well, that's called the audience.
Charlotte didn't. So there's no delineation there?
No.
Okay.
Not in my mind, no.
All right.
It's just easier to say ringside, I think.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you approve of a different term?
I just want to know what's right. I want factual.
All right.
I feel like there should be a term because I want that ticket. I don't even want ringside.
It's not available to purchase, man.
Right?
Ringside is close you get. It's directly adjacent to the ring for fans.
All right. She's sitting ringside.
Yeah. There's not much to talk about this next match, Ruby Riott versus Ronda Rousey, because there wasn't much of a match. Ruby got like 3 moves in. She spent half the match trying to evade Ronda Rousey. In the end, she eats a Piper's Pit, taps through an armbar.
Ronda had on Mortal Kombat gear.
Sonya Blade.
Yes.
Because she's voicing her in the new game.
Yes.
Look good.
I thought really good. The thing that I like about it, what am I all about, man? Ring gear.
Good design.
Oh, I'm huge into ring, but actually even more is comfort.
Oh, yeah. Look comfy.
I want comfort. Ronda, she wears her MMA gear that is a bit more dolled up usually, but she's always
tugging to make sure it's staying in place, yeah. Especially the shorts. The shorts seem like they ride up, so she's always pulling the shorts down.
But she didn't have to do that because this was covering up pretty much everything.
And his pants.
His pants, yeah, exactly.
Don't worry about any clothing item riding up.
Right. But yeah, no, this was, and maybe she'll continue to wear more attire, like more cloth, because this was a very fast match.
Yeah.
And maybe her comfortability level was so high up that she was
increases her power levels.
This is a cheat code right here.
Yeah, man.
She destroyed Ruby Riott.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer that Ruby didn't get a better showing in this match, but
yeah, no, this is terrible.
It's not really the story, I guess, they're concentrating on, because after the match, Charlotte gets in the ring. There's a stare down between her and Ronda, and then we start hearing a murmur. Cacophony over on the side, and yays, and sure enough, there's Becky walking through the crowd, some great new looking ring gear.
It was like inverted Kill Bill / Game of Death,
Bruce Lee type stuff.
Looked
great.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
She's walking through the crowd on crutches, gets in the ring,
and she's hobbling. She's like really can barely get in the ring. It's super awkward, and she looks really weak. And it's like, oh man, what is she gonna do? So she goes over there, and then psych. She grabs the crutch, starts wailing away on Charlotte, just destroys Charlotte. So she's fine. Her knee looks great. She's
still kind of limping around on it, but
she has a knee brace on, but she's not like what she was acting. She's destroying Charlotte with it. Tells Ronda, "Here's a crutch. Here's the other crutch. Now you do that to Charlotte." As Ronda goes over to Charlotte to say, "Hey man, you're my density," Becky unloads on Ronda.
Yeah, busts her open.
Oh boy. There are pictures at RondaRousey.com where you can see just how bad she got her on the head.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
It's those wing nuts, man.
Well, I also think like Ronda maybe they just didn't tell her, hey, listen, just expose your back the entire time. Don't put your head up at all because that thing is going to be swinging.
That's how Mustafa Ali got hurt. He just brought his head up when Orton's boot was coming down.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But he was selling. He was just trying to sell it really well.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Boy, oh boy, she got annihilated. There was blood coming down.
Like on her temple area,
Yeah. Charlotte, Charlotte took probably technically the longer beat down, but of course she's a professional.
Man. Ronda got beat up a lot too.
Well, I think she got the worst of it, but Charlotte was just getting annihilated. And she didn't get beat up in the head because she knows to keep it down.
Anyways, crowd was going nuts. Everybody loves Becky. Becky's the best.
Man, it's crazy though. That like hundreds of people there in the lower bowl, they all brought the exact same.
Yeah, who'd thunk?
Becky.
Two-sided. One side said the man, and the other side said free Becky.
They all knew the same font.
Flash mob type thing.
Right, it was a Facebook group.
Yeah, everybody, the word got around on internet.
On internet. No, they all had him under their seat.
Yeah, exactly. Refs, escort. Yeah, escort Becky up the ramp. Mm-hmm. Everybody loves Becky.
People love Becky.
She's the best.
Next up, Baron
Corbin
versus Braun Strowman. No DQ. So
should know pretty quickly that Baron's going to get some help in this one.
Yeah. I think, dude, just deep down, I just want this to be done with, and I feel like...
You got to wait till Mania, man.
I don't want to wait till Mania. This needs to be in the kickoff.
You know what's going to happen? It's going to be a 6-man tag. It's
no, because Drew's going to fight Cena.
Listen. It's
don't tell.
Baron.
Kurt and Cena.
No, it's going to be Baron, Drew, and Bob Lashley against Braun, Nicholas.
Get out of here.
And some other kid he pulls out of the audience.
2 kids this time.
Yes, two kids. They went over so well last year.
Now they're going to double up on kids.
They're going to do 2 kids, yes. I don't know if Nicholas has a brother, if there's another child of John Cone that wants to be involved in the wrestling.
Sometimes I can't tell when you're joking. This time I can definitely tell.
Would you be shocked if they did it now?
Actually, yes, I would be shocked.
You wouldn't think they want to bury 3 of their top heels on Raw, but you never know.
I'd be shocked. I'm so tired of this, man. Baron and Braun and Drew. Drew, can we just fast forward to Drew versus Cena, please? Can we just fast forward to that?
And then after that, fast forward to Drew versus Seth for the Universal title.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly, Baron produces a kendo stick from under the ring. Basically, he gets like 2 shots in on Braun, gets out of there, and then gets a kendo stick and starts beating up on Braun with it. There's a great spot involving an office chair. We love when office chairs are thrown around the ring.
Well, prime office chair is when it's thrown off screen and it enters screen and it hits somebody.
Well, this time, since it was thrown off screen towards Braun almost catches it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
awesome.
Great. I love when they can chuck an office chair. Man, yeah. I'm all about that.
Braun sets up a table in the corner, power slams Baron through it.
I did not mean to do that.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry.
About to go for the pin. Cue Drew McIntyre's music. He walks down the ring. Bob Lashley as well. They both have chairs, and they take those chairs to Braun Strowman and start beating him all over the place with those chairs. They bring in the ring steps, couple of tables, stack the tables on top of each other, and then they hit like a shield, triple team powerbomb through both the tables. Baron pins Braun, gets the win.
I love that John Cone, referee. Are they doing an angle where he's NWO John Cone?
No, it's like in AAA. Remember at Triple Mania, the refs were making sure that the ladders were steady and stuff, so no one got hurt.
You know, man, every promotion could be improved by simply
just doing what AAA did.
Do what AAA does. Exactly.
Yes. After that, I went to the bathroom. So you have to tell me what happened during the Shane Miz backstage segment.
So, scene. Shane is lying down on some sort of medical bed, and he's got ice near his neck, and a medical trainee staff NPC guy is tending to him.
Yeah.
Miz is upset. He gets continually more upset. He said, this was for my dad. This was for my unborn child. This is for Maurice. And I let them all down. Boo! And Shane says, whoa, just calm down, man. Calm down. And Miz says, no. And then Shane says, go on. You're out of control. And Miz says, I'm out of control.
Wow.
Shane even called him Mike. Mike. Whoa.
Well, Shane think he's Mike's dad now? Call him Mike?
Yeah. Well, he didn't say Michael.
Oh, that's true. He didn't say his full
He
legal
didn't say
name.
his middle name, whatever that is.
I don't know what it is.
Anyways, Michael George Mazanin, listen, go home. And so Miz said, okay, fine, I'm going home. So we'll see how that all works out.
And then I came back, and then Lacey Evans wanders down the ramp, gets down near ringside, does a U-turn, and goes back up the ramp. What the hell is all this about?
We're living in Vince's universe mode. That's all we're doing, and he simulated it. That was good. Who said that? John something or another?
Yeah, someone in our chat.
John.
It's a good line.
That was funny. Yeah, it was a good line. Yeah, that was weird. They, man, they just need to just don't do weird stuff like that. Where was Elias?
Not on the show.
That's correct. Next up, main event time. Men's Elimination Chamber match. Killer match, man.
It's great.
What a great match.
Especially the final bit, the 2 last competitors.
Holy moly.
Man, crowd, palm of the performer's hands.
You know, dude, I think this stuff with Kofi is great. I think it's awesome. Mustafa Ali, this was obviously meant to be his spot. The booking, everything was meant to be. I don't know if they would have tried to have done like an 054 off the top or something stupid like that. That's kind of dangerous. But this role that Kofi's in was supposed to be. Now, I get that Kofi's story of being an 11-year vet who's never got a title shot or whatever.
Well, he's never had the title. He's gotten title shots before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is a really great story. He's already a big star with a big star faction, the New Day. And I get that Mustafa got hurt and he couldn't do it. And that's fine. That's fine. You got to play it safe. But, man, this is one of those things where this would have been a star-making performance for Mustafa Ali.
Between Elimination Chamber and the Gauntlet match on Tuesday.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. And it's like we already have a star with Kofi. And I hope that maybe they see the crowd reaction to Kofi and they decide to put the New Day into a thing with Daniel Bryan and Rowan and maybe Harper. And I think that'd be terrific. I really do. But if this was supposed to be Mustafa Ali's spot, boy, oh boy.
It's heartbreaking for him.
It is. And here's the thing. He's probably the most ambitious, motivated guy on the roster.
He had the new promo up.
Yeah, that's great. And that's probably just all him. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt that motivation and that ambition is going to take him wherever he would have gone anyways.
Yeah.
But it is heartbreaking to see this moment would have been so big for his ascent. But it wasn't lost on Kofi. Kofi's absolutely fantastic. And they really did. They did call the audible on this perfectly by putting Kofi in that spot.
Yes.
They really did.
Yes. And it's led to some fantastic storytelling just over the last less than a week, 6 days, whatever. Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan, the first two to start the chamber match. Daniel Bryan walks down the ring, drops a promo. He's got a new his Titantron slightly different. It's more green in it. Yeah. And they got a new graphic with the title belt where it starts as a recycle logo.
That's
spins
awesome.
around to the globe, and there's the new title belt.
Yeah.
It's great. It's magnificent.
It's really great.
In the midst of his promo, referees come down and they escort Rowan backstage. And Daniel Bryan, of course, is distraught. He wants to have his intellectual peer, his friend, with him ringside for his match. Daniel Bryan and Samoa Joe apparently just like to chop the hell out of each other.
Yeah,
and it's a beautiful sight.
It's something that you can tell. Daniel Bryan is like the happiest person on planet Earth. I really do. Like, he takes such glee.
Oh yeah.
In the punishment that you get out of pro wrestling. He and Samoa Joe and him obviously go way back. It's a joy to watch them beat the crap out of each other.
Absolutely.
Because every chop has so much life to it.
Oh yeah.
For Daniel Bryan.
And it's probably hard for him not to smile every time he has to eat
know.
Those giant chops that turns his chest into
the
a
one
hamburger.
that killed me. There's one that killed me the most is when Joe chopped him and Daniel Bryan literally sat down because of it. Oh man,
so good. It was so good.
It was really good.
It was so good. So that was basically the first 5 minutes of the match was Daniel Bryan and Joe just chopping the hell out of each other.
Yeah,
it was great. Kofi is in third. Shortly after he comes in, Daniel Bryan climbs the top of the pod. Kofi goes after Joe for a bit, but Kofi eventually jumps up on the pod, stares down Daniel Bryan. They brawl a bit up there, and then Daniel Bryan escapes, crawling along the edge of the cage. Kofi gives chase, while Joe climbs up to meet him up there. He pulls Daniel Bryan off. Joe gets knocked off, and then Kofi does a trust fall off the cage onto Joe and Daniel Bryan. That was great.
Yeah, that was great.
Next in, AJ Styles. Again, Daniel Bryan climbs up the cage. AJ does a phenomenal forearm onto Daniel Bryan as he's climbing up the cage, and then hits another phenomenal forearm on Joe, pinning him. Joe is the first one eliminated.
Yeah.
That's what these elimination matches are. Joe is like the first one eliminated. Survivor Series, he was eliminated first.
He's a professional. He's in there for a job.
Yeah, I guess so.
And yeah, I don't know. Kind of feel you though.
Like, I feel like he needs more shine.
He does his job. So Joe, here's the thing though. He's so good. He's so effective with what he's given.
Oh, I know. I don't feel like he's necessarily suffers.
You don't think he's
losses.
shortchanged?
Well, no, but I don't think him losing is going to change people's perceptions of him per se. People know that he does good work and he's a hell of a promo guy, and people love him because of the breadth of his work. If they're familiar with it,
he's terrifying. I mean, he's the kind of guy that like you do. You know, that's actually one thing. You know, we used to talk about with Bray Wyatt. After you face Bray Wyatt, you should be a changed person. I can probably go back and see other instances, but Joe, practically speaking, is kind of that way. You look at AJ now, and his character went through a change.
Yeah, because of the whole Wendy thing, yeah.
Even post Samoa Joe. And, I mean, you can probably go back and look, and I don't know, maybe they have more planned for the Jeff Hardy stuff with Samoa Joe. I don't know. They didn't really address that in Chamber tonight.
That feud kind of
sort of fizzled out. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you look back to his days in NXT. I mean, certainly Dan Matha was never the same.
Never. Basically never seen again, save for Greatest Royal Rumble.
Exactly. So yeah, but no, Joe, he will find a way to make what he does matter.
Yeah.
Even though on paper it's not terribly, it's like, oh, he's never won any championships. But he's done the most. I mean, that's a good. Who has done the most without ever winning like any titles? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, he's got to top that list.
Yeah, he's up there. Jeff Hardy's in next. He wasn't in the match very long. He did have a good spot though, where he and AJ were kind of fighting on the top rope. Eventually, he kind of drapes AJ across the top turnbuckle. So AJ's parallel the ground.
Yeah.
Goes to the top of the pod, hits Swanton off it. He starts to get up. Daniel Bryan hits him with knee plus, pins him. Jeff Hardy eliminated. There's this cool spot where Daniel Bryan was trying to superplex Kofi while AJ was in the Trio O. AJ does a German suplex thing. So it's like a German superplex to Daniel Bryan and Kofi.
From the Trio O, yeah.
Yes. Randy Orton's in last. AJ tries to hit a phenomenal forearm on him. Randy catches him, hits the RKO, eliminates AJ. So apparently the rumors of AJ versus Orton at Mania seem to be coming to fruition.
I'm down for that, man.
Yeah.
I think they'd want to steal the show.
Yep.
I'm totally down for that. When Randy has an opponent that he's into, he really
brings his A game, man.
He really does.
Brings his A game.
I'm happy about that.
Randy hits a draping DDT on Kofi off the top rope, but then Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise, pinning Randy Orton. Those guys have a pretty extensive backstory. I don't think Kofi ever beat Orton. So him pinning Orton's kind of a huge deal.
Okay, all right.
They had several matches, but I don't know if Kofi ever beat him. So then it's down to Kofi and Daniel Bryan, the final two. They start off trading kicks. There's this great moment where they're trading kicks to the ribs, and Kofi's hitting his ribcage saying, come on, kick me.
He's like, come
kick
on,
me.
do it now.
Let's do it. Let's throw down. So Daniel Bryan kicks him a few times, does some yes kicks. Kofi avoids the final yes kick, hits SOS on Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan kicks out. Kofi goes for a bulldog on the ringside area in the chamber. Daniel Bryan pushes him off and tosses Kofi into the pod. Hits a knee plus. Kofi kicks out. Daniel Bryan grabs him by the wrists. Time for some Danielson stomps. Goes for a pin. Kofi kicks out. Daniel Bryan goes for another knee plus. Kofi counters with Trouble in Paradise. But then Daniel Bryan rolls through on the pin attempt for a roll-up of his own. Kofi kicks out. Daniel Bryan tries for a yes lock. Can't quite get it in. Kofi gets to the ropes, which there's no rope breaks in a no DQ match, but Daniel Bryan releases hold. That gets commentary saying, well, Daniel Bryan is just tired.
It was kind of, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure they want to do that spot because then everybody's just, you don't want people at home being like, wait a second, I don't think you're going to do it.
Daniel Bryan actually sold it pretty well.
He did, yeah. It's like, oh, well, I've lost my leverage, so
he falls on his back and kind of acts like he's just exhausted.
Yeah, if it was supposed to be a rope break, he would have held it on as long as he could until the referee told him to stop.
So they both end up climbing to the top of a pod. Kofi starts slamming Daniel Bryan's head into the plexiglass behind the pod, or atop the pod. He goes for a superplex. Daniel Bryan turns the table, starts slamming Kofi's head into the plexiglass, goes for a superplex. Doesn't happen. Eventually, Kofi knocks Daniel Bryan off the pod, goes for a splash off the pod, which could have been, if Mustafa was in the match, not an 054, but a 450. Misses. Daniel Bryan loads up, hits him with knee plus, gets the win.
Yeah.
But the crowd was so into it. They were chanting for Kofi to win.
Huge
all the near
into
falls. People were so into it.
Great moment afterwards.
A lot of emotion. It was great.
The New Day come down. The other two members of the New Day come down, and they're lifting up Kofi, and he's holding his head high, and they all sort of sit at the entrance of the chamber, And it's a nice little moment between all three members of the New Day. And, I don't know. I tend to think that they have figured out, they would have already figured out, much like AJ and Randy Orton. Okay, this seems to set that up. Rumors are probably true. They probably have some sort of path already laid out for Daniel Bryan for WrestleMania, maybe Ray. I don't know. If they were to call an audible on this and have Daniel Bryan, Rowan, and Harper get into something with the New Day and then have Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania, I think that'd be fantastic. I'd love to see that regardless, but we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if it happens.
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel like if they kind of don't follow through on it.
Yeah, it'd be a big letdown.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge letdown.
Like, regardless of who steps into those shoes, it's going to be a letdown.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible the amount of story they'd be able to build up over the course of less than a week. 2 matches.
Yeah. I mean, it's as a dude who's been there for 11 years, you almost have like sort of a story ready to be told. You know, it's like you've got, your gas tank is full of story.
Yeah.
You can use it.
Yeah, and it's something the New Day has been pushing for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Getting Kofi that title, so see if it happens. I hope it does.
I love how they've swung sort of the conversation to, we sort of overlook it too often, but we're sitting here with a living legend. We're rolling with him, and we have to sometimes pause and acknowledge that
And appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All in all, a really fun show.
Yeah, no,
check
it
it
was
out.
only like
Do
3 hours and
It was
15
3 hours
minutes or
and
so.
17 minutes.
Yeah.
If you don't include the pre-show.
Yeah, so that's pretty.
If you
breezy.
include the pre-show, it's about 4 hours.
Yeah.
Or like from the start of the Cruiserweight match, it's about 4 hours.
Yeah.
So a pretty breezy in WWE terms pay-per-view, fun show. Definitely check it out.
Yeah, I know there was only one sort of moment. That was the Baron Braun thing, but whatever. I like that they made that no D. I mean, not just for the finish, but it was gimmicked up with all the kendo sticks and the stairs and stuff,
chairs and the tables
and all that stuff, and the
ring
Drew
steps and all that stuff.
So, yeah, good stuff. Be interesting to see what happens on Raw.
Yep.
Tomorrow night. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Is there a preview up yet?
Is the preview up yet?
I don't think
know.
so.
Find out. I mean, it's less than 24 hours away.
I doubt it. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Results.
Why is this not loading?
Yeah, it's probably not going to be up
Well,
till the morning.
yours is loading up. Mine isn't.
I have super fast speed.
No,
Nope. No
highlights.
preview.
Nope.
Oh, here we go.
Preview.
No, that's 2 weeks away.
No preview.
Nope, no preview.
No preview.
We'll do it tomorrow on tomorrow's show.
Yep,
So,
See you at 9 a.m. in the morning for news.
9 Pacific, noon Eastern,
Yeah.
5 p.m. Brexit time.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's an ad for our Patreon. Until next time, talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.